Alright, folks, I am back from work, ready to battle on the play for this final. Hand is risky, it's pretty heavy on mana. Uh, we need to draw stuff. I think it's worth keeping though on the play. We'll be, developing our mana pretty well. We have some powerful spells, so basically we just need to draw a Dinrava's Horror if possible, and we should be in a decent shape. Spire Monitor is not bad. Not bad at all. White green. White green should be a pretty good matchup. Looks like a Call of the Conclave. No. Slightly better than that. The Voice of Resurgence. Well, I'd be happy to trap that with Monitor, but it's probably not gonna work very well for me. So I guess we'll just cast Monitor main phase. Naya beatdown, alright. Tok'tar, jeez. Wall of Frost is pretty good. And we can keep Blink in the back to make sure nothing bad happens. But this should protect us for a little bit. I feel like any type of mid-range beatdown deck that's not too aggressive, which is usually not the case of 3-color deck. Like the most aggressive deck in this set will be monocolored or double colored, maybe Gruul Aggro or something like that. And what I was trying to say, yeah, I feel like any type of mid-range deck, like Naya mid-range or Token, should be a great matchup. Probably +2/+2 or Magma Jet, but whatever it might be, it's going to turn out pretty well for me. Yeah, I think we still blink the wall. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Jeez, I was talking about my Drake and all, but on the other hand, Blink is a card you want to play on their turn. Oh, this was really bad though. Luckily, we top deck pretty well here. Yeah, I messed up. I clearly messed up. On the other hand, just letting the wall die and taking 2 damage is not super appealing. I don't know how I feel about that. Voice is just very annoying, I think. Is a very strong card that's very annoying to deal with, I think is the main thing here. Sure, so I guess I get 2 damage in with the Knight. Nothing I can do about that. I'll definitely trade my Raven for the Voice if they let me do so. Alright, Horror is there. So since we have the Horror, we can afford to give them a token actually. Is it really worth it though? I'm unsure about that. When it dies, so if I bounce it, it's not gonna produce a token. It's not like something like Slave Driver. Horror is good. Now, what do we want to do with it? I mean, we could just play Horror. I mean, Monitor main phase past the turn. Yep, and that's no good attack. Torrent of Souls is the only thing we don't really want to do. We could bring the Raven, that doesn't accomplish a whole lot. I think I'll go with the main phase Drake play. I think the blinking out of Wall of Frost ended up being not too bad, but mostly because I top decked the Mist Raven. It's still kind of stupid. When I was talking about playing that main phase to avoid the Voice, and then I just blink. I mean, it's whatever. Yeah, so I guess my opponent here is trying to get rid of the Raven so I cannot blink it, which makes sense. But we don't really care about that since we have Horror, which is a better blink target anyways. Dimir Guildgate. I guess we bounce El Tok'tar and tap the mana better. Yeah. bounce Doctor because it costs the most mana. Yeah. And beat down with Monitor. Start to get some damage in. They will probably discard a land, but what can you do? What can you do? Might just blink the Raven next turn. Bounce the Doctor again. Get 9 damage in with the Flyer. Maybe attack with Horror. Oh, Witch. Well, Witch is pretty darn sick. Alright, well this makes things simpler. We'll just be Witching Horror every turn. And unless they have a removal, they are pretty dead. So I'm pretty sure if they had a Magma Jet, it would have gotten used on the Raven a little bit earlier. So unless they just top deck that, we should be fine. That's gonna be tough to beat for them, I would assume. At some point they will run out of cards in hand and, you know, we'll start just killing things with the Horror, so there is that. Goblin Assault doesn't really do a whole lot on this board. Seagate Oracle. It's kinda cool we can play that and in theory we could attack, but they are just gonna block. They have no reason not to block. I mean, maybe they take it. No, I don't see any world in which my opponent just takes the damage, so I don't think it's even worth moving this thing. Tower Gargoyle. I think I like that more than Research. So if we play Gargoyle now, we have lethal next turn by using Torrent of Souls. On the other hand, we have no real reason to do that. I mean, we are not under any clock. I guess in doubt you should probably just try to kill your opponent ASAP. And I'm probably just getting a land with the bounce here, and the Toxar doesn't really do a whole lot in the eyes of Wall of Frost. So I think we'll just try to kill them. But they might just concede. Like, if they have 2 lands in hand, I think they did just concede here. Yeah. Alright. Feel pretty comfortable about that matchup. Voice is pretty painful to deal with, but whatever. They probably don't have 2 of these. Naya Aggro. Gorkland Rampager is a threatening card. Yeah, I don't know. Pyroclasm. They've shown some pretty fat creatures, so I don't know about that. And we don't have like a ton of red in the deck. Wall of Frost was good. They are not aggressive to the point where I want to side in a crappy enchantment that could get me 2 for 1. I think I just submit. This deck is so solid. The Nirava Horror is a great card, and it's magnified by this build. All right, pretty cool. Pretty cool. Turn 3 Mind Control. Pilgrim is good for sure. Stealing a Voice of Resurgence seems like a decent idea, if we can do so. Turn 2 Tok'tar. Turn 2 Goblin. Ooh. Well, my hand is not great against that. We'll play Ogre. You don't really want to let them assemble some goblins for free. You want to get some blocker ASAP. Alright, putting some very good stuff on the bottom. Turn 2 Goblin Asshole, depending on what they have, could be tough to beat. Because if they just go, I don't know, Chandra's Outrage, then I don't really have Creature. Soul Ransom could be this. Yeah, I don't know. It really depends. But Ogre goes a long way into saving us from a potential death. Yeah, I guess we go Research. I mean, yeah. I'd rather be doing something else right now, but I'll take it. Yeah, it's gonna be a land, I think. Yeah. So next turn I take what, 3 most likely. Well, if they just go red, outrage, attack with everything, I go down to 12, and I'm not in a great shape. So I'm not thrilled about this game so far, but it looks like they don't have the Ringvoll right now. And I don't have white yet, which is a problem. Alright. Sure. I kind of want to steal that Stinger. But I have a lot of good options here. So this turn we'll be playing a 4-drop. Next turn we can Dimir Signet into a 4-drop, which is nice. Angel is not super sexy, I think, because it just dies to the Golem, which they can regenerate, you know, since they have the Stinger. Stealing the Stinger is kind of cool, and if they get it back, you know, it's not the end of the world. I could play Tower Gargoyle, but yeah, it doesn't really do a whole lot. Golem can attack into that as long as they have Stinger. Stealing the Stinger means I can kill the Vital Splicer, then they cannot regenerate anymore. I can start pinging their stuff. And if they get it back, it's fine, I think. I'm not... Like, the risk with Soul Ransom is that they just discard, and you have a huge card advantage, but you're far behind tempo-wise and you lose. I don't think it would be the case here. If they get it back, whatever, I mean, sure. We would have to discard end of turn, so I guess this could be an argument for paying the ransom. But another advantage of stealing that now is that later on I will not be able to steal it really, because they can just, you know, make it ping itself. Pass their own Stinger and get a red, I would assume, for the Chandera's Outrage. Oh, green, okay. Well, they don't have Chandera's Outrage in hand, which is good. They pass their own creature, so we still got a 2-for-1 kind of. I think this is completely acceptable. Had they taken a red, I would be really worried about Chandera's Outrage, because once the Ogre dies, we start being in a pretty medium spot, but here I think it's fine. Next turn I can start blocking the Golem, most likely, with my 4 toughness creature. Could have Harmonize, I guess. That would be good, but beatable. Giant Baiting. Go down to 6. Yeah, I guess. If they have another of these, we'll be in trouble, I guess. But if they don't, we should be fine. Wall of Frost. I don't think it changes my plan. I think I'd rather Resto Angel over playing Wall of Frost. Voice. Yeah, I guess we will Angel now. Either way, they can just regenerate the Golem, so it's not... I mean, we would not have eaten something by just... other than the Goblin that has to attack anyway, by waiting, so it's not even that bad that we need to cast that now. Ooh, Opportunities. Pretty strong magic card. I think I want to develop my board before I try to cast these, though. Whoa! So I guess I have a Rampager, so I'm dead. Otherwise this stack doesn't make sense. Might as well block here, but I think we are just dead to Rampager, unfortunately. Well, GG. Yeah, that's just lethal. It was a close game. I think we were just, one more turn and we would have stabilized, but the open draw was pretty nuts. So there is that. Alright. Crippling Chill is decent against giant baiting, but not amazing. They show more one toughness creatures, so maybe one Pyroclasm. I have a decent amount of red in my deck. Could see that being better than Forbidden Alchemy, maybe. Or Grasp. I think I'll cut the Alchemy for Pyroclasm, and we'll go with that. We'll run that. Yeah, despite the open having a great draw, we still were like almost gonna win. Because I think if they don't kill us here, they just never kill us pre-match. So I don't feel too bad. Unfortunately, a couple mulligans could mean we just lose, no matter what. That's a good 6. I don't think I want to be drawing that. Low Keeper. I think I'll go Signet here. I'm gonna take 1, but whatever, I think. I think it's pretty much whatever. It means I can Grasp next turn, which doesn't accomplish a whole lot, but I can also just go Ogre of Bolas Blink, which is decent. There's nothing here. I'm not even really putting these lands on the bottom because I'm gonna shuffle with the Scalding Tarn. Oh well. Pyroclasm would be a great draw here. I'm gonna block. If they want a Death Touch, I'm gonna blink. I might not get value, but if they spend their turn doing that, it's fine. Fine with me. But I don't think they will do it. I think they have better stuff. Jeez. Tok'tar? Jeez, that draw is kinda nut. I mean, I'm doing fine despite mulliganing, but I don't think I want to fetch. I put 3 on the bottom. I think it's not exactly what I'm looking to do right here. Yes, I guess we need to put the Tok'tar on top. And then they get in for 2 damage. I mean, we could block, but then they just give the thing Death Touch. We know they have a card. Oh, okay, fine. Sure, I'll take that. We need to draw a little bit of fuel, though. That doesn't really qualify. Oh well. Yeah. At least Blink could give us some fuel. Nope, just putting, well, 2 Signet I'm happy to put on the bottom, but Horror not so much. We could Blink again. I don't think we want to be doing that, though. I really need to draw something. Horror, if possible. Useful Knight, sure. Research. Probably not using the white, though. Land. Drop Oracle. Pass the turn. Tok'tar is dealing a lot of damage. I'm worried about just dying from giant baiting or Resto Angel. I think at this stage I'd rather have Angel over Opportunity. Yeah, I'm worried about dying from a giant baiting or a rampager at some point. I think they played in a way that indicates they don't have rampager yet, but they could top deck it. They could also be slow rolling it. A lot of threatening options. Might have to just chump block the Doctor here. Kind of depends on what they do. Yeah, that's pretty annoying. Guess I'll eat that and go down to 2. I'm dead to Magma Jet then, but... Okay, that was pretty good. Plan A was to to flicker that with Witch and get rid of the Courage. But now we can proceed to go for plan B, which is just bouncing that thing, and hope they don't have a shock somewhere in the deck. But if they do, well, it be what it be. I mean, I think they went turn 1, turn 2, turn 3 all game so far. Looks like a shock. Yeah. Same thing. Well, that's a shame. I think we had a good matchup. I think the deck is amazing. Probably the best I ever drafted so far in this set. And yeah, but you know, this is Magic. You get a couple mediocre draw, the opponent get a couple nut draw, and you lose a pretty good matchup otherwise, I think. So that was it. I hope you guys enjoyed the draft. Drop a like if it's the case. Thanks for watching, and see you for another one.